welcome to another episode of Making Mindset Matter, the podcast all about all things mindset and personal development with me, your host, Lorna McKenna. If you haven't already done so, please do click the subscribe button or the follow button on any platform that you're listening so you can be notified when I bring out another episode. I just wanted to, just before I get started on today's episode, just say thank you to everyone that has listened so far. I appreciate every single one of you, or if you are listening, I appreciate you taking your time. So today's episode is going to talk about having the attitude of gratitude. And for me, this is something that is probably one of the biggest lessons that I have learned on my growth journey, is the importance of gratitude and actually how we should all embody the attitude of gratitude in every aspect of our lives. So just before I get fully into the episode, I want you just to sit and think, and you can pause me after I've said any of these things, and I just want you to sit and think, when was the last time you looked around and really took time just to appreciate the surroundings that you're in, the things that you have around you, the people that you have around you, and the life that you currently have? So when did you last appreciate that? Because this is something that I just want you to sit and think, like, when was the last time I really took the time just to stop for a moment, be present, and really look around and appreciate what I have? Or do you sometimes find yourself, I have done this in the past, moaning about the lack of something and not actually acknowledging what I have and just too busy focusing on what I have not? And this is why having the attitude of gratitude is important, because for me, developing this attitude has been one of the most profound lessons that I've learned and practices that I have developed on my growth journey. Like I said at the start, I never used to be a person that felt grateful for what she had, because we always want more and we never actually take time just to appreciate the small things that often people take for granted. Because gratitude is about showing appreciation. It's about showing thanks. And obviously, we can either sit and moan about things, or we can sit and be appreciative of what we do have in front of us, even while we're on the journey to wanting to change or on the journey to wanting something more. We still have to appreciate what we have around us, because if we don't, what makes us think that when we get to where we want to be, that we're going to appreciate that anymore? We have to start expressing gratitude for where we are, because like I said before, it is a journey that we're on, and we have to be grateful for every single part of it, because we are exactly where we need to be. So we should express gratitude for that, for the things, for the people, for the experiences that we have around us. I have a quote on my wall that says, gratitude helps us see what there is rather than what there isn't. And I think that is a very powerful statement, because it does help us see, by being grateful for things, it helps us see what is there rather than focusing on the lack. And that goes back to talking about the mindset of, if we focus on the lack, that's like of what we don't have, that's like a lack mindset, that's a low vibration, that's the brain going for the negative, the brain looking at, oh, why haven't I got this, or why me, like this sort of victim mentality of, why I haven't got this, I haven't got that. Or we can focus on what we do have, which is an abundance of stuff around us, which is an abundant mindset, which puts you in this high vibrational state, which makes you realize actually that there's so much around you, and it helps you look at the positives, looks at what you have rather than what you haven't. I did a little bit of research just to give you a little bit of background of gratitude, and in positive psychology, gratitude is strongly and consistently associated with great happiness, because gratitude helps people feel such a positive emotion. It helps us relish good experiences that we've had. It helps us deal with adversity, because in the times of adversity, we can either focus on the adversity that is happening, the event that's happening, or we can focus on, actually, what is this situation trying to show me? Like, if something bad has happened, I will take the pandemic as an example. We could sit and look, and it hasn't been great for a lot of people. we could sit and look and say it's been a really shit year. And yes, it possibly has in many aspects for a lot of people, because there's been a lot of people that have not been able to see family and stuff. Or we could flip it on our head and actually like say, I'm grateful to still be here. I'm grateful for the time that I've had, and just try and see things from a different perspective. And it's all about the change of your perspective. And that's like why mindset is really important, and that's why it really does matter, because it's how you reframe things. It's how you look at a situation. Do you look at it from like the negative and just focus on the negative, or do you switch it up and look at the positive, or look at where there is some positives in a negative situation? And there's a saying that I always like to say, because not every day will be a good day, and that is a fact. Like, we're all human, we're not going to be feeling super positive, super pumped every day, but although every day is not a good day, there is good in every day. And if you just stop for a moment and just think about it and appreciate, and just if you stopped and just appreciated what the experience that you've had that day, the fact you even wake up and get to wake up another day is something to be grateful for. That's something good that's happened. You woke up, even if the rest of your day afterwards hasn't been the greatest, you still woke up that day, and that is something to be super grateful for. Gratitude also helps us build stronger relationships, because it helps us appreciate the people that we have around us, and by doing that, it increases that strength of connection. And we can express gratitude in so many different ways. So I'm just going to go into like the next part of the episode and just talk about the different ways in different aspects of your life that you can express gratitude for. And first of all, I want to start with you. And I want you just to stop for a minute and just appreciate yourself. Because having gratitude for yourself is a huge form of self-love. Self-love is super important, and I will do another episode on this entirely, but you have to be grateful for yourself. You are an amazing person. You have so many amazing qualities, and often people will say things to us and we don't see them same qualities in ourselves. But actually, we have so much to be grateful for, and if you cannot love yourself, we cannot expect others to love us too. So self-love and appreciating ourselves is one way we can show gratitude towards ourselves, because we have to be thankful for ourselves. We are all unique. That is our superpower. If you've probably heard that quote before, and that is true. So I just want you to pause me after I ask this question, or just sit and ponder after the episode and ask yourself. In fact, as I always say, go get a pen and paper, get your journals out, pause me while you do it, and just write these questions down. Or I just want you to ask yourself this. When was the last time you appreciated yourself for who you are and everything that you've achieved? And I just want you to sit and think about that. When did you last appreciate yourself? Because self-appreciation is very important. It raises our vibration. It puts us in that thing, and just actually being proud of ourselves and appreciating who we are, where we've been, what we've achieved is something that we should all be practicing, because we have to be our own biggest fan. We have to be grateful for our journey. We have to be grateful for who we are. We have to be grateful for who we're becoming, and be grateful for all the amazing things that we've achieved. And you might think, I've not achieved anything. And I know that sometimes like you can get in that, oh, I've not done anything to be proud of. But you have. Just being you is something to be proud of. So I want you to make a list of all the great qualities that you are grateful that you have about yourself. And that can be anything that you can think of. Are you grateful for the way that you treat people? Are you grateful for the way that you show up for the world? Are you just grateful that you do a job that you love and you're helping people? I don't know, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. These probably not the greatest examples, but I want you just to sit and make a list of all the things that the qualities and the things about yourself, or what you have achieved, or your experiences that you are grateful for. And I want you just to sit and you can add to this list all the time, but just be grateful for yourself, for where you are, for where you have come from, or where you are going. You can be grateful for the past, present, and future. And I just want you to sit and appreciate yourself. The next lot of people I want to talk about being grateful for is people. So that can be families, friends, strangers, anyone. being grateful for the people that we have. Actually, we see that in our life we have so many amazing people around us, and being grateful for them is super important. I know definitely for me, the pandemic and being away from my family and friends, it made me even more super appreciative of them. Not that I wasn't already, but even more so. And I think it's really important that we express gratitude to people, because like I said, gratitude helps us build stronger relationships. So and pause me again. I feel like I'm talking really fast, but just pause me again. I just want you to sit and think, when was the last time you told a family member or a friend that you appreciate them, or that you're grateful for them, or that you're thankful for them? Because this is an amazing thing to do. It makes someone, not just you, feel better, but the person that's receiving that love, receiving that gratitude, it makes them feel great as well. It releases them positive emotions. And expressing gratitude to them can be done in so many different ways. You could send them a message just to say that you're thankful for them, that you're grateful for them, or that you appreciate them. You could just pick up the phone and call them and just say, just wanted to let you know I appreciate you. I often do this to some of my friends, family. I'll just say that I appreciate them, or I'll just say express gratitude through appreciation, through thankfulness. Or, this is one of my favourite things to do, is just send someone a card. And for me, sending a card is something that's really... It's a really personal thing, because you have had to handwrite that, and especially in the day and age that we live in, this day and age that we live in, the art of writing, communication's all done online. So to send a card for something, it means you really thought about that person, you really thought that you want to express your gratitude, and they're just ways that you can do that, just to make the people around you feel appreciated, show them gratitude. It makes you feel good because you've done a nice deed, and because you feel happy that they've appreciated what you've done. And this comes to the same things with people that are not directly in your circle. So this could be strangers, people that you don't know. Is it someone in a shop, a coffee shop, any shop? When was the last time? For me, this is something that I've implemented, that I do just naturally, not because I feel like I have to, because I do. I always tell people, well, one, I say thank you anytime because it's just well-mannered. And two, I always will have a conversation, ask someone how they are, or just tell them, say that I have a good day, or say that I appreciate the help. And just by doing this, it really helped. I did it the other day in a shop, and it's not just oh, look at me, but a shop assistant helped me, and I said, I really appreciate your help. And his face lit up. It's like he'd not been shown appreciation. And you just think something that's takes you 2 seconds to say actually could impact someone positively. You've shown gratitude to that person, and you actually don't know when the last time they've received that was. So go out and do it. Just show more appreciation, show more love to people, even people that you don't know, because you actually don't know how that's going to positively impact. And it's that ripple effect again. You make someone feel good, you positively impact them, then that ripples out, because then they might go do the same to someone else, and it's just that ripple effect out. And the other thing so I was having a conversation about this in the gym the other day about gratitude and showing appreciation for people. And one thing I think is really important, I don't think we do a lot, is if we like something of someone's, we don't tell them. So if you see a random person in the street and you really like what they're wearing, or you think their outfit's good, just tell them. There's nothing wrong with that. Just that I really appreciate that outfit, or you look good, because that is you showing a form of gratitude, showing someone that you're grateful for the way they're dressed. And that again is that same ripple effect. It has a positive emotion, and they'll remember that, because it's not something that happens often. And the next thing we should all be grateful for is just life in general, because we should be grateful to be here, grateful that we get to live another day, grateful we have the opportunities that we do around us, the choices that we do, and that is something to be super grateful for. Every morning I wake up and just think I'm grateful for another day, grateful for the sun shining, grateful for just to be alive, because that is something, obviously we know that people, not to sound too morbid, but die every day, but to wake up every day and have another day on this earth is something to be super grateful for, just to be here, just to be experiencing life. So yeah, that's just the other thing to be grateful for, is just life in general. And the next thing just to surround in life is the situations and experiences. And I spoke a bit about this when I was talking about being grateful for who you are and where you've been. But it's super important to be also grateful for the situations that have happened to you, whether they be good or bad, because the past cannot be changed, but it has helped shape who we are today. And being grateful for the experiences and the lessons that you've learned helps you see things in a different mindset, because we can look at past experiences through like the negative lens of, oh, why did this happen to me? I wish that had not happened. Or we can say, I'm grateful for the past experiences, for the lessons that they've taught me going forward, and show gratitude towards it, because by doing that, it raises your vibration. That you don't want to be feeling hurt and like leaving yourself feeling in this low vibrational energy by constantly thinking these negative emotions, when you could just say, I accept that happened. I'm grateful for the lesson that it taught me, because moving forward, you may never have a lesson like that again, or it may have shown you something that you was like, actually, like, that's not a standard I want, but you're grateful for the experience because it wouldn't have highlighted that. So just think about, how are you viewing past events? And the last thing that I'm going to talk about is being grateful for the things that we have around us. This is something that I realise is in the society that we live in Western society especially, we don't realise how grateful we should be for the things that we have around us. The fact that we have a roof over our head, running water, electricity, all these things are things to be grateful for. And I definitely think we take a lot of it for granted because we think it's an expectation. And even like the things that we have around us, the clothes, the phone, the laptops, all these things are actually, in parts of the world, people do not have access to the things that we have access to. So actually we should be really grateful for what we have. And when you think about it, the things that we have around us a lot of the time are just things. And I saw a really powerful quote that actually changed my perspective on and made me show more appreciation for the things that we have around us. Because I think it was a Tyson Fury video, and he said, everything in this life that we have is borrowed, and that is very true, because it is. Because when we die, it's gone. It just gets passed on to someone else. But actually, all we have is like moments, and actually, we should just be grateful that we even get to experience and have the things that we do around us. We have an abundance of choice of things, clothes, shoes, things to do, and we should be just showing gratitude. It sounds silly, but it might sound silly to some people, but when I'm writing my gratitude, I will. Sometimes I'll write that I'm grateful for the pen that I'm writing, because it's allowing me to write, and it's just, you might think, oh, it's just a pen. But if I didn't have that pen, I wouldn't be writing. I wouldn't be able to write like what I was writing and stuff. So it's just about showing gratitude for the tiny little small things that we take for granted, and actually realising we're super grateful that we have this amazing tool, that someone's invented this, it's allowing us the freedom to do this. So it's just about showing gratitude for the things that you have around you, and just being grateful for what you have and focusing on that. So it wouldn't be an episode if I didn't set you a little task. I mean, I've already set you one about writing about what you appreciate about yourself and the qualities that you have and what you're grateful about yourself for. And I also said some ideas of how you can show gratitude to people around you. But one practice that I do every day is I write 3 to 5 things that I am grateful for. And just by doing this, it allows us to look at what we actually are grateful for and just sit for that moment and just think like, I am thankful for this. And always, one thing, the practice that I've developed is writing why I'm grateful for that, because we can all say, I'm grateful that I have a bed to sleep in. But why is that? Because it enables me to have a good night's sleep, and when I have a good night's sleep, I'm rested. These are just like, if you just really unpick why you're grateful for something, it makes you realise actually the reasoning behind it, which makes it a stronger form of gratitude. So that's my challenge for you, is to, these 3 challenges there is 1, write the list of the qualities that you're grateful about yourself and appreciate yourself for who you are, what you've overcome, who you are becoming, and the experiences that you've had. I want you also to express gratitude to the people that you have around you, whether that be directly family and friends, express gratitude, or just tell someone just be thankful for someone that in a shop and just really like thank them and just say I appreciate your help today, or appreciate your time. And number 3, what was number 3? Oh yes, number 3. Sorry, mind went completely blank then. Task number 3 is to make a list each day of 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for and why you are grateful for them. Because like I said at the start, gratitude is one of the most powerful things to bring for greater happiness. It helps us see what there is rather than what there isn't. It helps us be in that abundant mindset. So I'm going to leave the episode there today. I just want to say, if you are right at the end, like, I really do appreciate your time, and I'm super grateful for you taking your time to listen to this episode. If you have enjoyed the conversation, and I'd love to hear like what your biggest takeaways are, that you can find me on Instagram at @LornaMcKenna_. And if you do like this episode, please do share it and tag me, because then that way we can see, more people can see it and can see how they can develop the attitude of gratitude. But that being said, I just want to leave it with, just be thankful for everything that you have, for everything that you've experienced, and just be grateful for the journey that you're on and where you are going and the person that you are becoming. Be grateful for all of it, because you will attract more amazing stuff into your life, and you'll be in that abundance mindset of being grateful for what you have. So yeah, like I said, just be grateful for everything. And I'm going to leave it there, but here is to making your mindset truly matter.